I'm Wade Matthews with Tooele County Health Department, and I'm with Misty Kay, a dietitian at Mountain West Medical Center.
I'm going to teach you some things to look for when you're looking at different food products.
And we're going to start with fiber, is that right?
Correct. So one of the labels that you might see on cereal is fiber. There's a difference when it says high fiber cereal versus a cereal that says good source of fiber.
And which one is the best?
A better choice would be high fiber cereal. What the government has mandated that it says if it says high fiber anywhere on the ingredients, whether it's cereal or a grain cracker or anything like that, it's required that it has 5 or more grams of fiber per serving, versus a good source that does not have that much fiber. And additionally, you want to show, sometimes on a label it's going to say a good source of whatever vitamin that is. This one happens to say vitamin D. When the government put out a labeling protocol, when it says good source of, it has to provide at least 10% of those vitamins. So this one happens to have exactly 10%, so they can legally put good source of vitamin D. However, I would say you might get more vitamin D from milk or a different product.
Okay, Misty, we're now looking at syrups, and there are all types of syrups and all kinds of labels on these syrups as well. What are some differences we should be looking for in the syrups?
Okay, so there's a couple things you want to look for when you're looking for breakfast syrup to go on your pancakes. Some labels you might find will be reduced calorie, sugar-free, or low calorie if you're looking for a better choice. If it says reduced calorie, legally they have to have 25% less of the specified nutrient or calories on that product. So that's a reduced one. If it says something comparably, this one says sugar-free on the label, that one has to have less than 0.5 gram of fat or sugar per serving. So technically there could be a little bit of sugar in this, but if it has 0.5 gram or less, then they can legally call it sugar-free.
Again, it's important to check the nutrition label for that.
Right. And this one also says low-calorie syrup. Low-calorie legally means there's less than 40 calories per serving. So if you had a whole bunch of that, it can add up. So just be careful in your choices.
Finally, we're here on the soup aisle where we're going to learn a little bit about looking for sodium and cholesterol, Misty.
Yeah, a couple things you want to look for in soup is we're looking at sodium specifically because sodium can cause high blood pressure. So you really want to watch out on your sodium. If it says less sodium, it doesn't necessarily mean it's low in sodium.
How much sodium does that can, for example? How much sodium does that can have?
This can, it says less sodium, and it has 480 milligrams of sodium.
And that's a lot.
It's quite a bit for a serving. When the serving's about a cup, a lot of times people tend to have the whole can. Another one, this one says 33% less sodium, and this one has 570 milligrams of sodium, and that would be the max amount for a whole meal for a patient we might have at the hospital. And one thing that you want to look for, if it says low sodium, then it's a good key indicator it's the best choice, because it has to have less than 140 milligrams of sodium per serving to legally say that on their label. Another thing you want to look for is the cholesterol. Rule of thumb, cholesterol means it comes from an animal product. So if it doesn't come from an animal product, it's probably going to be low in cholesterol. This one happens to have chicken in it, and this says it's low in saturated fat and cholesterol. And if it says low cholesterol, then it has to have less than 20 milligrams of cholesterol and 2 milligrams or less of saturated fat per serving to write that.
And we want to reduce our saturated fat and cholesterol for healthy heart.
Right, it will reduce your chance of having cardiovascular disease or heart issues later on in life.
Okay, thank you very much, Misty. So again, just a reminder, check those labels. Don't always go by what it says on the front, what the advertisers are using to get you to buy that food, but check the labels, the nutritional facts page, to find out what is really in there. Stay tuned, come back here more at livefittc.org for more nutritional and healthy lifestyle videos.